future of humanity? After all these teachings, philosophy, and deep wisdom which you carry within you maybe for many, many lives, how you see the future of humanity?
It is bright. The future of humanity is very bright. There are two parts I see in this. There are some who consciously walk into the bright side of it. The others are broken to walk into it. This is a time where it is already approaching, you have to make it and you have no escape. The prepared ones make it soft, the unprepared ones make it painful. It's now time for flight in half an hour. There are people who are already in the airport. There are others who are reaching the airport. And there are others who are far away, like we are sitting in this place. Now, who has more tension to reach the airport? And the tension is the pain. So when time comes, there are different persons with different awareness. So those who have the awareness, to them it is a change which is soft. For those who don't have the awareness, it's a change which is painful, but the change is certain. Everybody has to go. Because see, within the ship you may have any activity you like, but we are all in one ship. That is the earth globe. That's the ship. If the ship changes a direction, you can't have other directions. Because the planet itself is a being, a grand being, and it is going through a period of initiation arising out of the Aquarius energy. So when it is going through an initiation, the planetary beings have to go through that. It is like the ship is traveling to the east, and we are all traveling to, suppose we want to travel to west. Within the ship, you have a limited scope to travel to the west, but the overall travel is towards the east only. Now the ship turns to north. The travel is towards north. Even while within the ship, you may be traveling to east, west, north or south, but the total travel is conditioned. The ship conditions the travel of the beings in the ship. The planet Earth is the big ship, and it is, according to the astrological understanding, is getting into a kind of an initiation. In that initiation, there is a change indicated for humanity. So those who are aware of the change, since they are aware, they walk through without pain. The others will have a little pain. This is how I see it. And it's a change that happens for about 14 years, starting from almost a year after. Uranus is already in Aquarius, and Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And in 7 years' time, he will make very good changes. And it is followed by the Neptune entering into Aquarius, who will make the finale or the finish work.
7 years?
Another 7 years. Total 14 years. It is about 1998 to 2013. It is expected. 2010 or 13. That's the period of change according to the astrology. And even science is expecting some geological changes, which are also known to the ones who know the spiritual side of astrology. Because there is the precession of the equinox and the axial changes. So the shift of axis. Because every 72 years, the axis changes by a degree. And then it keeps on changing. That's how we have come from Aries, the Aryan age, to Pisces, the Piscean age, and then to Aquarius, the Aquarian age. Every 2160 years is an age. So when you are getting into Aquarian age, there is a change because the whole thing has to be lifted up into consciousness of air. Aquarius is an airy sign. Pisces is a watery sign. So from water to air, if we are to transform, there has to be a lot of firework. Is it not? Because the water can become vapor only through
There's too much work there, too much pressure.
pressure. There is pressure building up,
Yes.
and this pressure leads to, it's possible that it can be a volcanic expression.
Right.
It can also be through, because of the pressure, the heat, the work of fire within the planet, it can be volcanic expression, it can be expression of the rise of the oceans, it can be a tilt of the globe,
Then it is.
many things. When there is a slight tilt of the globe, some land will go into water and some new land may emerge. That's how we have lost Lemurian land, that's how we have lost Atlantean, but we have other things coming up. So there was a time when now the Lemurian is very much in the stomach of the earth, because the Lemurian civilization has gone down into the stomach of the earth because the earth got opened and closed. Atlantean thing, it is more the cover by the water. It is very much there. Now the people through the technology have found that in the Atlantic Ocean there is the biggest pyramid of the planet. So when this has happened, when Atlantis has gone down the water, some other land has come up. Now when another tilt happens, which is expected, some land may go into water and some other land may come up. And it works according to the karma of the humanity. What is to go into water, what is to come up?
According to the karma.
Karma. And hence, it is suggested that those who are working with goodwill, bringing in the welfare of life, are said to have a chance to go through soft, others will go through pain. The 2 world wars we have is already the work of Aquarius. A painful process for the European community. It's a war between all European communities. Is it not? The 2 wars. It has cleared much. And still it has to clear so that we walk through well. The Asians have passed through this kind of wars and conflicts much earlier, in the earlier cycles. That's why they don't witness this kind of war. The killer instinct is not so much. A beggar, if he is not given money, he is not killed in India. He doesn't kill. He begs for money. You don't give, he says, okay, I accept it if you don't give. But here, if you don't give a beggar, sometimes you receive the knife into your stomach. That's the difference. So there is something where there is the welfare of humanity, there is the scope to overcome the change, because they are already ready for the change. It's just like this. You have something there, if you step on that, you fall. If you know that if you step on that, you fall, you don't step, you walk overstepping. And you don't know that, you will step on it and you will fall. So it's a question of knowledge. So the knowledge that the masters have been bringing out since 100 years in a very emphatic fashion is to do good as much as you can. Spread goodwill through your action, not only through your speech. So that's it. So this is one understanding relating to the future of humanity.
Could be.
Could be, yes. We can't say this is like this.
Anyway, nobody can stop.
Yeah.
Going to be.
We can't stop, but we can walk willingly. Unwillingness creates conflict, willingness creates harmony.
Somebody say we can stop if we can change the consciousness in another
If
level.
we change the consciousness, then we don't have to stop because it's not painful.
You can make it better, but maybe don't change.
See, there is a point of pain. You gain more awareness, then the point of pain is reduced. It reduced. There is a good anecdote relating to it. A man consulted an astrologer how it is for him in the future. He said, "Why do you want to know?" He said, "Since about a year or two I am not doing well, everything is going astray. I am unable to manage, so I want to know." Then the astrologer said, "It would be like this for another 5 years." Then the man asked, "After 5 years, do you think things will be all right?" Then the astrologer said, "Yes, they will be all right because you get used to it." So we get used to them, but it's a question of mind. Mind is very elastic and it can also be very rigid. When you have the elasticity, you adopt and then accept it. When you don't have the elasticity, it has to break when a change comes. That's why a man who is unwilling inside suffers more than the man who is willing to accept the change.
Yeah.
So when you say that if we build up our consciousness, we lose the rigidity of the mind. When the rigidity of the mind is gone, it's acceptable. The change is acceptable.
Some changes in attitude.
Yeah. That's all.
In the,
That's all.
to live with.
Which is not so easy because we are accustomed to these things since some lives. The habit is very powerful. To break it, you have to take to a new rhythm. Unless you take to a new rhythm, the old rhythm does not die. It just remains and it conditions you. That is what is given as the seventh ray wisdom today. You may have known about the ray wisdom, first ray, second ray, third ray.
Yes.
The seventh ray wisdom is to bring in a new rhythm in life which would neutralize the old rhythm. The old rhythm, it doesn't change by itself. You bring in new rhythm, the old is weakened. Because your attention is diverted to something else. So that's how the attitudes to change a rhythm has to be picked up and worked out.
That is very, very interesting. I think maybe they need to
Okay, we go.
show something.
We'll now go out, have a cup of coffee,
Good.
and then depart.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you for
Oh.
the company.
It's a great pleasure to be with you.
And I just don't push you to give a pre-lecture.
No, this is my food. I live on it. The spiritual food I eat by speaking. I get more and more energized when I speak. Not weakened.
That's good. So thank you very much.